Welcome to my nightmare.
Well, hello there, everyone. This is the Fabulous Ones and Lynn Woozier with another video. I was going to talk about something else, but I had changed my mind. This one is more important. It seemed like my channel is starting to become like a scammer's channel. Like I'm exposing a lot of scams and stuff online and things like that. I don't have no problem with that. It's just, wow. Well, they tend to get more views, so yeah. The latest scam is LifePoints, aka Lightspeed, aka Kantar group, is the latest scam on afrojuku.net. Okay. I've been a part of this group for how long I've been here? So let me type it in. I hope I didn't say My Points. I meant My Survey. That's the name. My Points is another website I use. It's really, really good. You can. I'm gonna add a link in the description box where you can click on my referral link. Let's see. My Survey. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't have it all together. It's early. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Let's see. I've been a part of My Survey for years. I've been a part of My Survey since 2010. Wow. And then there was Global Test Market. If you hear something in the background, that's my damn fan, unfortunately. Sorry. Let's see. I've been a part of Global Test Market since 2010 as well. So, with that being said, what these two websites have in common, well, they actually merged together, and now they're called LifePoints, which was I think with My Survey, it's at the time it was good. At least when you got screened out, they give you points for it, for your time. Unlike Global Test Market, which it was, despite it not rewarding you anything when you get screened out, it was a pretty good website. Because I mean, I've been through a lot of like testing, product testing and things like that. They had some really good ones. I can't even remember, but it was it was a lot. I used to always qualify for a lot of them, really, really good ones. And then when they merged, then I found out the bad news that they were going to merge with My Survey and become this new website entitled LifePoints. That's when I was like, oh crap. Now I was like, maybe it'll be okay, maybe, but yeah, I've been a part of LifePoints since, let's type it in. It hasn't been long because this is a very, very recent. I've been a part of LifePoints since what, 2017, I think. Can't be too sure, but I'm going through what's in my inbox. I think 2017 was when they really merged together and became LifePoints. And with LifePoints, they give you points for taking surveys and doing product test reviews and things like that, watching videos, let them record. Of course, I don't ever accept those type of studies because I don't want to be recorded. It has to be like a really big reward in order for me to be recorded. And they reward you when you get screened out, and then you get points when you take their polls too. And their customer service has been on point until recently. I received the infamous message while I was in mid-survey about electronics, something I specialized in because I used to be an electronics associate at my previous job. And I got a message that popped up out of the blue telling me that your membership has been canceled, and that was very, very perplexing. And I was like, what the hell? I mean, that message, like, it scared the crap. I'm like, this has never happened before. I've never been blocked on any survey website I've ever used, any website about studies and shit. I've never had this happen before. I'm like, I've heard about it in the past few years that, LifePoints will block your account, but I didn't think it, I thought it was because some people actually were doing some suspicious stuff on there, but damn, I didn't think I was gonna be next until this happened. I was in mid survey, and that message just popped up. So I, of course, I messaged them. It was like 2 days ago, and I've yet to hear from them. I went on my Facebook page. I was like, why did you guys cancel my account? And then so I did a bit of digging. So I went to their Trustpilot, which you can access on their website, where they try to tempt you into giving them a good review and things like that. So I'm going to be going through some of these messages, because I see that I'm not the only one who, especially when the certain type of points you have in your account was the same as everybody else that got their accounts canceled. I was like, that's very, very suspicious. And I can only conclude that usually when these websites start to get rid of their members, it's because they're probably going bankrupt, or going to completely shut down. But if that was the case, you need to give people who've worked hard on your website their money. Because I had $55 worth of points. I know, crumbs, basically crumbs. And I had to take what I could have because, excuse me, I wasn't where I'm not working anymore. I got injured at my job, so I have to, do this for now, but I'm eventually going to get back on my feet and go back to work, not to that job, but somewhere else, somewhere similar. But yeah, I'm gonna read some of their messages. I mean, from their reviews from their former members. Make sure this thing is still recording, of course. And Shelly Cat says 3 hours ago, because it's gonna keep updating because they getting rid of us. She says, shocking treatment to all members, especially the long-term ones. Yep, that's me. Booted off with flimsy excuses when all along they're the ones who are obviously having problems. They owe each and every one of us money, so how they're getting away with it, heaven only knows. I do hope Timothy from the U.S. is correct that they are being investigated. Have a look at Survey Police too. Yeah, I will be going to that website and reading off what they've been saying on there too. But yeah, I really want to hop on there too. Let me continue. Anonymous says, avoid. This was 20 hours ago. Like a lot of people here, I am a long-time member, not far off a decade, who has had their account inexplicably closed. No excuse in all that time. I completed a survey, and when returning to the site, my account was gone. They responded to a single email with an automated message that I broke their rules. I did not elaborate, and will no longer respond to emails. I sense they must be in financial trouble. I just said that. And banning people after they accumulate funds to avoid paying them. Didn't I just say that? Because this has happened before with other websites like I can't even think, Deals in Cash. They went under, and they had money. They owed me like $20-some, and they went under. I couldn't even get that money because the cash out limit was. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not sleeping. Shit. The cash out limit was like $35, so of course I couldn't even get that damn money, so I had to chuck that as a loss. David Thorne, a day ago, says, The company starts off, I guess he mean off. He said off good. So anyone who gives 5 stars would not be given 5 stars this time next year when you get kicked out of the panel for not completing surveys correctly. So make sure you cash in your points regularly. This is what I should have done, because something told me to cash it out last month, and for some reason I didn't. I regret that. Eventually your account will become access denied. 1 star this time next year. Good luck remaining members. Yep. Edward Tackett 2 days ago says, no explanations. I have been a member for many years. Today, while completing surveys, I took a break in the middle of a survey, returned to finish, and received a message that my account has been canceled with no explanation. Very disappointing, considering that I have points accumulated that I cannot get to for a redemption. At this time, I would not recommend anyone to join, and will be posting on other review sites. Please do, because I'm going to have this video up, and I'm going to tag their asses and make sure they see it, and know that I'm speaking for others as well as myself, that you guys are scammers. Becca Holbeck Jorgensen 2 days ago says, pay is okay until you get kicked out. I was a dedicated member of the LifePoints panel for quite some time, checking for surveys every day. That was me. They canceled my account for supposedly violating guidelines while I was mid-survey with no warning and no recourse. They pay well, but be warned that you need to stay on top of rewards redemptions so that if you get unexpectedly kicked out, you won't lose your efforts. Exactly. No Name 2 days ago writes, after years of participation, I am locked out and points forfeit. If you choose to participate, be aware you can be banned at any time, and your earnings will be forfeit. Also, it is your choice. Be wise. Mrs. Goldstein 2 days ago says, I received a reply to my previous review about being deactivated. It was the same form letter. I have been treated very unfairly, and I have always participated with the highest integrity and honesty. Bruno Horde 3 days ago, And that's the thing I like about other sites, especially branded surveys. I used to complain about them because sometimes it would just be hard to complete one survey. But at least with them, they'll give you some points. And also, if they feel like you're being suspicious, they will revoke the points for the survey that you completed. If they feel like your answers weren't honest, they'll revoke those points. They won't deactivate you or anything like that. As far as I know, I've been a part of their panel for the past few years when it was Mintvine, and when they merged, they became branded surveys. I don't know if they merged with any other survey company, but as far as I know, they've been pretty good. And if they feel like you're not being honest, they revoke the points. And then sometimes they'll leave a warning message up if you try and click on a survey that you need to slow down, all this stuff. They warn you at least. Unlike LifePoints, they'll just freaking cancel your account. But Bruno Horde 3 days ago says, LifePoints meltdown. Hi, been a LifePoints member nearly 7 years, and out of the blue did not pass some security checks. What does this do to resolve my issue and provide restitution for already earned points? This answer just confirms what I previously mentioned in my review. Really? PDS 3 days ago states, after months of actively participating on LifePoints, I am suddenly unable to log in my account. According to the help desk, they claim to have found proof that I broke their rules and forfeited all of my hard-earned points. They are unwilling to share any information on what I have done wrong. Ridiculous, since I always participated honestly. Disgusting practices. Kathy Daniel Keebler 4 days ago says, I thought this was a good company. Boy, was I fooled. They said I did something wrong, and I don't know what I did. I wanted an investigation. They still said I did something wrong. I had just cashed out my money. They said I did something wrong, and they won't tell me what I did, and they won't give me my money that I worked hard for. Exactly. This is crazy. You gotta start paying attention to the reviews for these sites. Seriously. I should have clicked on this. I usually don't scroll down when I go to their website. I just log in, do my surveys, and I log out. I should have been paying attention. I probably could have avoided this. AB 4 days ago says, avoid. It was good until now. Was making a bit of money through them, and then suddenly couldn't log into my account, and they had canceled my account without warning and taken away points I had already earned. So could not use these. Mrs. Kerr 4 days ago says they deactivated my account when I started to claim payment, saying I did something wrong. Not a nice way to treat people. Oh boy. Christopher Kyers updated 3 days ago. I've had to eat out of my neighbor's bin. Closed my account when I had 3 payments pending. I was skeptical at first, but they paid out, so I thought it was genuine, but it's a con. There is a cost of living crisis, so why let people complete, then don't pay out? If we was in a ring, it would be over within seconds, and they sit in their office ripping people off. So void. Danielle A updated 2 days ago says they were good until now. After a week, they have refused to reactivate my membership for reasons I have done nothing to earn, and they won't give me my earnings. I am so angry right now, especially with their deceitful response to this review. I think I saw her on their Facebook page. DS 4 days ago says, don't waste your time with LifePoints. They will cancel your account as soon as they have to pay you. Try not to be fooled by the good reviews. Either it's possible that they are employees or alt accounts to fill LifePoints quota. Yep, that's true. Too bad they can't get their accounts. Their accounts canceled for fraud. David Kaziks 5 days ago says, I have been a member of LifePoints, and before then, when it was called Global Test Market, for many years until yesterday, when I had a message to say my account has been canceled just after I had transferred 570 points over for £5. I can't believe that what I'm reading on here with so many people all of a sudden experiencing what I have after many years of loyalty to this country. I'm sorry. I must be sleeping because of the way I'm freaking reading to this company. I'm sorry. I completed so many surveys to the standards that are regulated and spent many hours doing this. I'm also a member of the Bright Labs app too. Yeah, they've been trying to get me to go through with that, but I just don't want that on my phone or on my computer, because even though it's a brand new computer, it can still get burnt out by some program eating up the memory, So yeah, I think there is more going on than they are letting on. There are so many of us experiencing this. There is no way I have reached any of their terms or conditions. The only thing I'm guilty for is giving so much time to this company. I'm absolutely gutted. Please be aware. Yep. Raphael 5 days ago says they don't deserve 1 star. My first time experiencing any survey, and it will be my last. I use LifePoints. in the beginning, it sounds good to earn $300 per month. What the hell you earning $300 per month? I don't even get that much that for a month with them. Like, dang. Because that's what they only show, but it stops there. Horrible experience. The crush site, you cannot redeem the money that you are entitled to. There are no surveys available and no customer service available. If you get one survey in a month, that's a lot. You don't even get one. Waste of time. Gerald Farrell, 5 days ago, says, proactively filled surveys for the last few months without issue. Then suddenly the account is closed. When queried, they said it's violated their terms without providing any evidence. Very poor. Avoid. Richard House, 6 days ago, says, fraudulent, unsafe, avoid. After being with LifePoints for a number of months, out of nowhere my account was canceled. I tried to contact them about this problem. Nearly 2 weeks later, I get an automatic message saying they are looking into it, I guess. They have retained the points I have earned. This is a shady business that will time you out as you complete a survey rather than pay you. There are some other serious issues too. Some surveys will ask you if you are okay for your child to take them. One in particular wanted my child's exact date of birth after finding out what I did for work and my postcode. All in all, avoid this company. That's too personal right there. What they asking for. It is fraudulent and unsafe. Or if you would like to earn a few pence a day, then wait nearly 2 weeks for them to pay you at the cost of exposing you and your family's personal data. Go right ahead. Yep. Many people have warned you. RM, 6 days ago, says, membership temporarily unavailable. I tried to redeem my points, which went smooth at first. I even received an email confirmation from them that my withdrawal order has been processed. Hours later, I noticed my points became bigger. When I checked the history, they canceled my order. So I tried redeeming again, but an error message says that I don't have enough points, which is false. My points is 456 and I'm redeeming 285 for $5 in PayPal. So I did the basic troubleshooting, clear app data, clear cache, then uninstall and reinstall. When I was logging back in, I can't anymore. There's a message that says membership is temporarily unavailable. I contacted you twice, but until now I didn't get a response explaining what happened. Why was I temporarily unavailable? I did not do anything wrong. I have been reading comments here, and it seems it's been a pattern of yours to disable members when they are redeeming points. I just wasted my time. Yep. Oh boy. I'm just going to read a few more on this website, and then I'm going to jump to another website and read. David Edwards, March 4th, 2023. I have been a member for around 6 months with no problems. Cashed out some points and had some built up for future. Then for no reason my account was canceled, no explanation or emails. I contacted to ask why and was eventually sent a generic email saying I might have done something amongst 5 things wrong. Time wasted. Thanks, LifePoints. Susan Kaufus, March 4th, 2023. This is a huge scam site. Yep. I've been a member for years and have taken surveys, product testing, and focus groups. I ain't never get that far. For some reason, I don't get those type of invites. But on my points, I do. I get tons of like focus groups on there. Pretty fun. But anyway, the minute I requested a large payment, they canceled me with no explanation. Stay away. Sandra Martin, March 3rd, 2023. Thieves and Vagabonds. I have been a member of LifePoints for a long time, giving truthful and thoughtful answers to their surveys. I was saving my points and had a balance of £55. See the pattern here? Out of the blue, they have canceled my account. I'm absolutely disgusted. Make sure you claim your points as soon as you earn them, or stay away from them. There's so many of them. Kevin Francis, March 3rd, 2023. Absolute disaster of a company and avoid at all costs. Scam, scam, scam. After complete 100s of surveys have had my account canceled. No reason, as it's all nonsense. Give this mob of cowboys a large swerve, bad eggs, disgusting attitude. Mrs. Goldstein, March 3rd, 2023. I have been a member for probably 20 years from when it was called Global Test Market in my survey. All of a sudden my membership has been canceled. I wrote LifePoints and got a form response stating that my account was suspended for suspected violations. I have never done anything dishonest or unethical. I am a 71-year-old woman who prides herself on my integrity. I had over 500 points. See there? Accumulated as well. I see many similar complaints. I saw your response and submitted another ticket using the link and term you recommended. Excuse me, y'all. Speech impediment. I hope I can be reinstated, as this is totally unfounded and unfair. Nicola Johnson, March 3rd, 2023. I can't trust them anymore. I have been a member of LifePoints for almost a year, and it has mostly been quite good. However, like many other members whose reviews I've just read, my membership has suddenly been canceled and all my points I have accrued have been forfeited, as they say I have violated the terms and conditions. This is a mystery to me, and when I queried it, they refused to tell me how I had broken the terms and conditions. I don't know why this has happened and what I am supposed to have done, and all I get is standard messages with no precise information. So I'm wondering why this has happened to me and so many other members. Are they using new software which doesn't quite work and gives members this bad experience? Are they looking for ways not to pay members? If so, why? Who knows? I just know that I don't feel I can trust them anymore. Don't waste Bruno Horde. Okay, seems like I'm reading the same. Okay, so Bunny, March 3rd, 2023. Worst app ever. I've worked really, really hard, and they shut my account down. They say that I was either going too fast or answered questions inconsistently, which is 100% not true. I'm officiate and I've done surveys for over 5 years, so I am a little bit fast, but my answers are consistent in a way. They're holding $10 of my money hostage. Excuse me, y'all. And they say there's nothing they can do about it, so I think I'm going to go to a government entity to file formal complaints and possibly sue them. I'm thinking about doing that too. Let's see. Jin Lu, March 3rd, 2023. Canceled my membership. The first few months went well, where I gathered points and cashed them out into my PayPal account. I had 600 points, and I had just completed a 3-hour survey, which would give me 1,500 points, £15. Then the following day, my membership was canceled because I apparently breached their terms and conditions. I had spent hours collecting all those points, and I just find it a coincidence. As soon as I collect a lot of points, my membership got canceled. I had been completing surveys for LifePoints for about 2 months with no issues until I wanted my $20 20 pounds to cash out. Not happy. Janine Morgan, March 3rd, 2023. Terrible company. They ban you for no reason and refuse to give an explanation. Anna Frederica, March 2nd, 2023. Dodgy. They canceled my membership due to overwhelming evidence of breaching their terms and conditions. When I asked which terms and conditions were violated and what, let me get a drink of water right quick. Okay, this might help a little bit. And what evidences they had, they said that they do not need to provide it. What? This response is overwhelming, not transparent, not reliable company. Do not waste your time with their surveys. Ruben Lindor, March 2nd, 2023. Disruptible and disappointing. The first 2 weeks of using their services went well until unsubstantiated accusations of misconduct were alleged against me, and my account was summarily deactivated. Also, secret attempts to reach out for an explanation were met with vague statements about the situation being escalated and the result being the same. So it's a lot, y'all. I'm about to hop on to site jabber, excuse me. I'm gonna start from here. Bethany B, February 23rd, 2023. Membership suspended and account banned for no reason whatsoever. I had the same issue a lot of people have had with LifePoints. Registered one morning, spent an hour filling out the surveys on my dashboard, and very nearly got enough points to get the £5 gift voucher. Excuse me. Woohoo! I was looking forward to my dash refreshing with more and being able to finally finish earning that bit of extra pocket money. Then a few hours later, poof. Okay. I might have to go back to bed because my eyesight is like blurred right now. I'm not really sleepy though. Okay. I log back in. My account is banned without any explanation given. Let me turn my light off. That's better. I contacted customer support and got a boilerplate response that my account had been suspended for security reasons. Honestly, it just seems like it's an absolute gamble whether you get to stay a member or not. And I'd hate for you to end up like me, wasting an hour of time for nothing in return. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason behind these bans. Sure isn't. Kenneth K, February 26, 2023. Like hundreds of others here, had my account canceled for violating terms of service. When I inquired what term was violated, no reply was preferred. I intend on following up with the BBB. They have a pattern of unethical practices, and I will pursue this with the appropriate agency. Never an email or a notification to explain their arbitrary and capricious decision. There are several survey sites that respect their associates and the time they commit to taking surveys. This is not one of them. Nope. Blocked my account by Michael M, March 1st, 2023. LifePoints blocked my account and gave no valid reason other than to say it was an overwhelming breach of their terms and conditions. They are a bunch of cowboys and thieves who have stolen 2,200 of accrued points and then make up some excuse of canceling your account. Gwen F., March 2nd, 2023, canceled me in the middle of a review. I received dishwasher tablets, so did I, a month ago, in the mail to use for a month. Didn't give a honest review on LifePoints. I don't go to LifePoints very often because there are never any reviews on their site for me. I did what I was supposed to do, so I went to the LifePoints website to leave my review, and they had canceled my membership. Who does that to a company who spent money sending out their product for a review? Yep. I'm supposed to get a product from some company, but I don't even know if it's gonna come or not, because they canceled my damn membership, and it sucks because my mom, she's really interested in trying out the product, but oh boy, it sucks. Catherine M., March 2nd, 2023. They are Kantar. I have been taking surveys on GPT sites since 2014 and other sites since 2010. Yep, that's me. I came up on this site last year. Do not, I repeat, do not try to complete all the surveys that they offer you. You will be banned without explaining why. They show you many easy surveys to complete for 50, 75, 100, 150, or on a rare occasions 525 points. If you complete $5 a day for 4 to 5 days, that you will be banned. Huh. You just completed surveys and they don't want to pay you. They online robbery for $15 for 3 days of $5 each. These surveys haven't been reversed, but they take your money and paranoia of them coming back. I wasted 3 days and $15 with these criminals. I ain't never looked at it like that. That's very interesting. Olga G., March 3rd, 2023. Cannot trust this company. I was a member of this website for more than a year. Pleasant surveys, I need to say. And suddenly my account got canceled. I asked them why. They responded, I broke the rule. They did not say which rule. I had some points to redeem and obviously cannot do this now. It looks like this unusual practice for this company. PB, March 3rd, 2023. Don't waste your time. Cashed in some small points couple of times without a problem. Built up my points for a bigger reward and tried to log in, and it says my account has been disabled. No email, nothing, no reason. I sent them an email thinking it was a glitch, but they sent one back saying I did something against their terms. Asked them what terms I violated, still no explanation. Asked about cashing in the points I had indeed already earned. They never paid up or communicated. Always communicated by internet, as they have no phone to talk to live person. Totally unprofessional. Should be shut down by BBB. Advise folks to use a legitimate site like Survey Junket. I keep getting people recommending that, but I don't think I'm going to join any more survey sites because I'm about to give this shit up anyway. But that's just me. As LifePoints panel is a scam and they are thieves. Let's see. I'm trying to see which one is it. Okay, so I'm gonna hop on to product review. So I'm just gonna refresh the page right quick. Okay, this is from productreview.com.au. It says, this was Mrs. Carr 13 hours ago. Sucks you in, then deactivate your account. Deactivated my account when I started to claim old payments. Not a nice way to treat a person, and made out I did something wrong. SH 4 days ago. Canceled as soon as they owed me something. Don't waste your time with LifePoints. They will cancel your account as soon as they have to pay you. They try not to be fooled by the good reviews either. It's possible they are employers or alt accounts. Okay, so yeah, I've read that before. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. And there's one account from 3 months ago that they and one from 4 months ago they had their accounts blocked. 6 months ago, 7 months ago. I'm trying to blow this up. I can't see. Why I can't blow it up? I was trying to see the response somebody received. Damn. But you can go to productreview.com.au about LifePoints. I can't even see it. Damn. I'm going to read this last page from Survey Police. And I'm going to start with one from all the way back to June 11, 2022. This is crazy. Let's see. Another bogus violated terms by Barb from the United States. I have been a loyal member for a long time and have always enjoyed LifePoints, thinking it was one of the best survey sites. Then, suddenly, they sent me the message others have mentioned, so it's had... Dang. How many years they been doing this shit? That's crazy. They sent me the message others have mentioned that my account is temporarily unavailable. Same crap that I violated terms of service. I've been taking surveys on various platforms. Same here. Even pre-internet. Same here. I still take surveys they sent in the mail. Not for this company, but another company. For over 20 years, and there's no way I violated their terms of service. The only thing I did was make about $100 in the past month. Shit, you be lucky if you get that. Guess you're not allowed to do that. I asked them to re-review it, and they have not responded. I'm very disappointed. I thought this was a good, legitimate site. Be sure to redeem your points every time you build up enough to redeem, as they also steal your points when they claim you violated their terms, even if in reality you did not. At least I lost about $10 worth of points, but that's still your money though. Shit, $10 a night, that's still your money. You know you worked for it. Account deactivated June 16, 2022 by Erica from the United States. I've been a member of LifePoints for years, including my surveys and global test market. Never had a problem until this last time I cashed out. I never got paid, so I logged into LP only to find my account had been deactivated. I emailed and got a canned response about violating their terms and conditions. I never intentionally or knowingly did this, so I asked if they could elaborate. They of course would not. So okay, whatever. There are other sites. There are lots of other survey sites. The part that irks me is that over 3 weeks after my account was allegedly terminated, they are still sending me survey invite. Yes, that's happened to me too. A couple of days ago, they were still sending me survey links. I haven't gotten one since though. I don't want to hold my breath. Ooh, okay. This is a long one, you guys. How many minutes we in? It don't matter, cause I like long videos. Account suspended June 19, 2022 by Lorraine from the United States. I read through all the reviews on Survey Police about LifePoints, but decided to sign up anyway. Yeah. The only reason I had to sign up was because they had my points from my surveys and global test market, so I had to join so I can cash out with them. Yeah, unfortunately I had no choice. I was a member for about 2 weeks, and yesterday I could no longer sign in to my account. It gave me a message that my account was temporarily unavailable, yet it was working fine an hour earlier. I emailed customer service and was told my account was terminated because I violated a TOS. I read through their TOS and don't understand why my account was terminated. I provided truthful and thoughtful responses. I emailed them asking what I had done wrong, and I received some canned response that so many others have received that they can't reveal their investigation is conducted, but the evidence is overwhelming. So overwhelming that they can't give me one reason why my account was terminated. The funny thing is that in their TOS they say if your account is terminated, you have the right to email customer service and they will investigate. When you do email customer service about the situation, they don't do any investigation, and instead they give the same copy and paste response that everyone else receives. Yep. That's extremely bad practice. I knew there was a risk signing up based on the bad reviews, but I didn't expect to be terminated after 3 weeks. I'm even okay, she was correct. I'm even still receiving emails from them even though my account is inactive. Stay away from this panel. There are other panels more deserving of your time. Edit number 2. I received a reply to my review on here about emailing customer support again. They gave me hope that they would investigate or at least tell me the reason for my ban, but nope. I received the same exact copy and paste response as I did last week. Literally word for word. What's the point of responding to reviews on here if you're not going to take the investigation seriously? Makes me wonder if a person is even reading these emails. For the record, I wasn't asking what methods were used to determine whether I had committed fraud. I was asking for at least one reason why I was banned. Example, having more than one account, speeding through surveys, writing gibberish response, etc. If you can't give even one reason for the ban, then maybe the methods aren't working correctly. If the suspension stays the same, fine, but I wanted to know why I was banned. As I said in my first review, but bad practice. It's a joke at this point, and I'm done. Okay, so I'm gonna jump in here to the first page. The more recent, because it's really updating. Like the more you refresh. And so I'm starting to see that maybe they are just trying to get rid of the long-term members or people who make too much money on their site. So I'm going to read these last few ones and I will conclude with this video. Degenerate Site, January 7, 2023, by Christopher from the United States. This is a vile and evil site which is clearly going out of business, and that, yep, I said that too, and not caring who they rip off on the way out. To be fair, they were good and consistent for several years, but this year, 2021, they've begun acting totally unprofessional. For one thing, starting this year, every few months they seem to randomly deactivate my account and slander me with false claims of dishonesty. After complaining to the Better Business Bureau every time, this site relents and reinstates my membership. Since the end of August, though, there have literally been no surveys on their site. When I contacted them, they claimed that there just aren't any that I'm qualified for. All of a sudden, after years of being an honest contributor, very fishy. Looking at the other recent reviews here, it's clear that this site is in decline, and anyone who uses it is more or less inviting LifePoints to rip them off at this point. Avoid this. Bunch of degenerates, liars like this don't deserve your time and effort. Let me see. Yeah. Poor payment times. Service okay, but by far LifePoints has the longest wait. No stars. Stay away. February 23rd, 2023, by Deborah from the United States. No stars for this site. I had $50. What did I tell you, man? So if you hit $50, that's when they start canceling your membership. Wow. I had $50 in my account and they canceled me. Kept on contacting them for 5 months. 5 months? Oh, that's my stomach growling, y'all. Whew. But no answers from them. Stay away from this site. Bad news deserves no stars. Alright, I'm going to read these last 2 responses. Let government shut them down. March 6, 2023 by Timothy from the United States. If you notice you get the same robotic response even on this website, again, I beg you don't even start with this website. Go to the ones that have better reviews on surveypolice.com. Look at the reviews lately and make a wise decision. I've reached out to LifePoints on their website over and over again to no avail. Look at the Better Business Bureau and look at the reviews for yourself. We are getting nowhere, and now Washington, D.C. is involved. They are going to be investigated. Really? Let the process play out. This is why the government is shutting them down for unfair practices. That's why there are less and less survey companies, because they are shutting down. Yep, I said that at the beginning of the video too. This is why they keep merging and under new management make things worse. Yep. They don't want to pay and use everything possible to terminate accounts. They will be shut down, as that's what the government is cracking down on. Let's go hire on as a group, as the BBB is useless. Last one. Payment pays well until you get kicked out. Okay, so this is the same response from the one I read earlier, but basically that's pretty much it. Yeah, don't join lifepoints.com because it's a scam website. Seems like the pattern is if you've been a long time member, they're gonna cancel your account. If you accumulate up to $50 worth of points, they're gonna cancel your account. That's what I get because I've been a long-term member, and not as long as everybody else. 20 years? Wow, that's a lot. That's some dedication right there. 20 years? That's some dedication. I apologize for the way I'm reading. Went to a crappy school, and plus I have a speech impediment. I hope you guys are able to understand what I've been saying, because they have the websites online where you guys can read for yourself, and it's still being updated. That is crazy. But I will provide a link to websites that you can use if you want to work from home and things like that. And don't be discouraged, because I know how you feel. I mean, $50, shit, even $10. You still worked hard for that money. Something's got to give, and hopefully we're able to get our money, and this website can just go away for all I give a damn. I'm trying to reduce the cussing and foul language on these videos, but yeah, it's crazy. But I'm gonna provide a link to websites you can use. Hopefully it works out for you guys. And I would like to thank you guys for taking the time to listen to this video. Sorry for it being so lengthy. I'll do better next time. Feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. You have any solutions and things like that, any recommendations and things like that, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Au revoir.